So, did you know that your human will is a lot stronger than you might at this time understand? Today, we are going to take a look at Jeremy Renner and the story and the recovery that he has gone through after being run over by a snowplow over 2 years ago. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast the other day and just broke down his whole story and what happened and everything that was involved. And it was at times very tough to listen to for me. Just the things that he experienced and his recovery is nothing more than, I would say, than miraculous. My name is Brandon Fogel. This is Evolution. Let's dive into this. So on New Year's Day, 2023, Jeremy Renner was severely injured when a piston bully snowplow he was operating ran over him while he was trying to rescue his nephew. Renner broke over 30 bones and suffered other life-threatening injuries. He has since shared details of the accident and his recovery in his memoir, My Next Breath. So he went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I had not seen him for a while. I remember seeing the post of when this happened, when right after it happened, him in the hospital room and pictures taken, and when somebody's not in front of you, you tend to you don't see him. You only see him when you go see their movies and everything. But to have him come back, and he looks like he never experienced anything. It looks like he never went through what he actually went through. It's incredible. And it gets into some very gory details when he's talking to Joe and just telling him about everything that happened. And Joe starts it off with, "Man, I'm reading through your book, and man, it's given me such anxiety." But Jeremy says, "But the relief on the anxiety is I'm standing before you right here. I'm here now." So the outcome is good. And I haven't listened to the entire podcast, but so far he attributes a lot of it to the human will. And he does say that it was miraculous. And it just goes to show that you do not know the power that you have in determining where you want to go and what you want to get done. You have such just strong potential in you. Everyone does. And it's whether you want to access it is what makes the difference between one person as opposed to another person. There are things that people are just inherently born with, but there are some things that you might have just locked away that you might just need to somehow be aware that it's there and actually try to just pull it out. And sometimes it takes going through something as incredible as what Jeremy went through for him to see this. And because, a lot of times you don't really want to go through terrible things. We like to be comfortable. We like when things are going good. We don't want adversity. And in this clip we're going to look at, he talks about one of his biggest struggles was getting off the medication that he was he had to have going through what he went through. And then also he talks about cold plunging. You got to put yourself in tough things so that you come out stronger. We always want to find what is the easiest way. How can I skate through life? How can I not put myself in terrible circumstances? And maybe you don't naturally want to do that, but it's the only way that's going to test your limits. And then when something like this comes along, that is when you were just compelled and you're thrown into it. And it at least shows you how much power you have inside you just by the sheer will that you have. Everyone's got it. Some more than others. And I would say it could be developed, but it is locked inside of you, I would say. We're going to take a look at this clip from Jeremy and him just describing what he's come out of, and then also that determination he had and getting off the drugs, which was one of the toughest part for him.
Yeah. Again, like I said, what's the alternative? Yeah, this sucks, but So does a cold plunge, and so does this, and so does that, and so does that.
Right.
You got to really test. We got to test our bodies, our limits, to really have real growth, and especially in recovery, you have to. What else are you gonna do, man? You're gonna take pills?
Right.
That was one of the harder things, worse than the accident as well, is getting off OxyContin. And I got off pretty quickly. And that's gnarly stuff, man. I'm glad it was there for, the pain for me, but I wanted to get off it as soon as possible, because it's highly, highly addictive. And coming off that stuff was gnarly.
It's so hard, and
not everybody has to go through something like this, but this could happen to anybody, a traumatic event like this could happen to anybody. And I would say, whatever you're going through right now, just know that you have it in you to go out there and get it done. I sometimes, because I fall into the trap myself where I'm always, que sera, what will be. God is in control. Nothing, I have really no power. And this is like the diametric opposite of what Joe Rogan considers, because I've listened to Joe Rogan, and he is not about letting things just happen, but making things happen. So in your own life, are you making things happen, or are you letting life hit you in the face? It's so easy. It's so much easier said than done, that I'm going to go out there and get it. I'm going to go out there and hunt. I'm going to make my own way, as opposed to just floating through life. Because it's so simple, so easy to float through life and just let whatever happens. And I would say he touches on cold plunging. I've got into a little bit of that. Not necessarily the getting actually dunking myself, but doing cold showers. And I would say that itself, and that's why I want to go out there. I want to go out and actually jump in, Lake Michigan and all that, when it's December. Because people do that, it's, and the same thing goes for working out and cold plunging. You're putting your body in just strenuous places, because it makes the rest of the day almost seem easy. You almost got to fake your body, trick your body, because you have something in you that is greater than you could even, it's mind over matter. Your mind is stronger than you have any idea or understand. And I think Jeremy going through this, because this has been a long road to recovery, because this happened over 2 years ago, and just the things that he just went through, because everything was just crushed under this whole snowplow. And it is gruesome at times what he talks about. And if you listen to the podcast, and I put a link there in the description. But I would say what he has gone through has made him, I don't know if he would wish it to happen again, wish it to have happened, if he could do it all over again. But it's definitely changed his life. It's definitely shown him how strong he is, And I almost want to get across to you, don't wait till something traumatic or devastating happens to understand that you have it in you now to actually go out there and get whatever it is you want. If you want to make it happen, go out and make it happen. You have it in you. And it's putting yourself over and over tough situations, whether that's working out, whether that's doing cold plunge, because that, what I have done of doing cold showers, it definitely is tough. It's very tough, because it puts your body in a terrible, it doesn't like it. You don't naturally like it, but you feel so much better after you've done it. And Joe Rogan, he talks about that as well, doing cold plunges, Joe Rogan, there's so many things about him that are just incredible. And it's awesome that he's always about working out, just driving at his body and pushing his body to the limits, because he knows that he doesn't get a big head. He purposely just beats his body down. And that goes into biblical, it's Paul the Apostle talked about, I beat my body, I buffet my body, so that, my body is not the master of me, but I'm the master of it. You know, your will, what you have inside, that's really you. You could say your body is you to an extent, but who you are inside, your spirit and your soul, that is really you. And it is mind over matter. It is stronger than your body could ever be. So this example of what happened to Jeremy, and I'm so glad he has recovered, and it's not said and done. Nobody has ever arrived. We have not arrived ever in this life. We never will. And that's what is it's so tough at sometimes, because I'm always like, I take things so for granted. I get what I'm chasing, and then immediately when I get it, I've reached it, I forget it the next day. I don't even care about that anymore. And I fall so into this sad, depressed state of, I want that now. I want that. As opposed to being content with what you have, but also staying hungry. So there's this balance, being content, but also being hungry. There's so many times that I'm just like, just demoralized because I don't have what I want, and I forget all the many blessings and things that I have been given already. And whatever I'm chasing right now, I'm going to get to that point and I'm going to be like, I'll have it and I'll just forget about it. Instead of over and over being grateful, giving thanks to God for everything he has given me, as opposed to telling my kids, be thankful, and then the next second, I'm just complaining and just bitter over what I don't have. It's so easy to complain. It's so easy to not be content. And it's so easy to forget how much strength we have in ourselves and just let the world just hit us in the face, and we become just little tumbleweeds in this journey of that we have life, as opposed to going out and making things happen. We have to realize it's within us and then go out and just conquer the world, conquer your day, whatever you're going into, because you got power within you, and you have no idea the power you have within you. So go out and do it. This Jeremy Renner story, it's a reminder, and I hope it's been a blessing to everyone to see in action the mind over matter that this man had and what he's gone through in his daily recovery that he's experienced. So I'll leave that with you. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is Brandon Fogel. I do this every day, 7 a.m. Central Time. So have a great day, everyone.
I could see the cracks falling in the paint, growing like a fire, what do I say? Can you see them? Can you see